Boys and girls, you already know today. It is Twids Day, aka TWAB's Day, aka Thursday, September 14th. And by God, do we got some news. But first off, let's pour one out for a moment and also give a moment of silence for my homie, Legendary Shards. First things first, we're going to jump right into this. You guys know how we do TWABs. You're going to read what I feel like is important and skip over whatever is not. If you want to read the whole top, the link will be in the description. All right, let's go. First things first, it's Shard to say goodbye. That's funny. Be honest with us, Guardian. How many legendary shards do you have? Not that we're judging, although Drifter's probably proud of your methods, whatever the answer. We are starting to process and deprecate. We're starting the process to deprecate the currency in Destiny 2. Speaking more detail about it will give the room to the Destiny economy team. We got a so hold on. Pause real quick. We had a Destiny economy team before we had a PvP team. So you're telling me, Bungie, that the Destiny economy is more important than PvP? That's fucking crazy to me. Anyway, moving forward. Destiny economy team. As many, and I mean many, Destiny players already know, legendary shards have been a long unstable part of the economy in Destiny 2. Some players have more than they should and be able to spend. Will ever be able to spend, I'm sorry, while others struggle to earn and to engage with the systems that require shards at the cost. These words are hard. This is often made hard to find legendary shards costs that will feel impactful to players, while also ensuring that the content that did require legendary shards can be enjoyed by all players, no matter how long or how much they play. Couple the legendary shards wealth disparity with the fact that we have seen more than a few loopholes players have found to farm. Our regards to Raul and Evil Levante, as well as the more recently to Ikora. Okay, yeah, I ain't get to participate in those deliberately because every time there's a legendary shards farm, it gets released. I am at work and cannot participate. Granted, I don't need them. I've got like 20,000 shards, I think, so I don't even need them. Anyway, moving forward. I think the most recent one, I'm sure the new because they disabled it. People was getting enhancement cores from disabling the freaking Husk of the Pit. Not Husk of the Pit, the purple version. What was it called? Can't remember. Don't know. Anyway, it don't matter. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. The Necrochasm legendary version. I think it's Idle Alley. Anyway, whole bunch of stuff. Moving forward, for a long time now, it's been our goal to make the game easier to understand and to reduce bloat of currencies, consumables, and items, while ensuring that players feel like their time is valued for how long they have spent playing the many activities across the game. Sometimes we get this right, sometimes we don't, but we always learn. As much as we know how bad it feels to have currencies that you've amassed over a long period of time wiped away, please know that we don't make the decision to remove them lightly. We truly believe the removal is the best interest of both the game and the players. As you will see below, we're doing our best to ensure that the removal of legendary shards is not a point of pain, but a removal of a barrier. To a path without legendary shards starts in season 23. The first thing we will do is remove all legendary shard costs from the monument of Lost Light. Glimmer, Exotic, Cypher, and Spoil Conquest will remain the same, with only the legendary shard costs changing. This should help new and returning players unlock weapons they may have missed more easily than before. Understandable. Secondly, we turned our eyes toward ritual gear focusing, fully removing legendary shards from there as well. Starting in season 23, non-adept focusing will cost ritual engrams and glimmer only. Focusing in adept weapon will still require a 7-win Trials Passage or a Nightfall Ciphers. Understandable, great change. Here you can see the new costs. Okay, so for ritual weapons, it's gonna cost 1 engram and no glimmer. Great. For standard ritual pool weapons, 3 engrams, 5,000 glimmer. Standard ritual pool armor, 3 engrams, 5,000 glimmer. Legacy weapons, 5 engrams, 15,000 glimmer. I'm gonna get into these. Legacy armor, 5 glimmer, 5 engrams and 15,000 glimmer. I'm sorry. Here are all the basic things. They're basically all the same things. So anything that's legacy and Iron Banner and Nightfall weapons, basically, just you guys can read it. they're up in the prices because they're getting rid of legendary shards. And Bungie, I just want to say, I don't know, already seen the comments on this. 5 engrams is egregious, like incredibly egregious. Like, geez, bro, I'm gonna be in the freaking tower sitting by freaking Zavala and Shaq saying spare engrams, because we don't get them that often, man. Like, geez, 5 engrams. I'm still trying to search for the freaking god roll of the rapid fire pulse from freaking Corrupted. Can't even remember the name. Still trying to farm for that roll. I still want it, but I can't get it because 5 engrams, and I'm not wasting 5 engrams on a pulse rifle that's not even gonna be a god roll, because 9 times out of 10 these rolls be mid. So please think about lowering this to like 3, maybe 2. Hell, blow it to 1. Nobody's gonna complain. People want these weapons. Let us get the weapons. 2, 3 at the minimum. 5 is freaking egregious. That's crazy. 5 engrams for Iron Banner, Nightfall, and Trials weapons. 5. Jeez. Moving forward, the final shard. With the release of Final Shape, legendary shards will no longer be in Destiny 2. We will be removing all remaining legendary shard sources and costs from the game, which includes collections, trials passages, rituals, vendor purchases, as many more. Okay. And to be totally clear, we will not be offering a currency exchange for stockpile legendary shards. That is something we're going to talk about after we finish this paragraph. The goal to removing legendary shards is to make Destiny 2 more approachable and fair experience for all players. This is why we're not raising glimmer prices for items or adding replacement costs to bring them previously needed legendary shards. I'm sorry. Legendary shards will also disappear from the currency bar in your inventory. It will now only show your glimmer, silver, and bright dust numbers. Okay, so there are 2 ways this can go, and I want you guys to understand this. Maybe even 3. I don't know. We'll get into it. The first way that this could go, which is where they're going, they're not giving us anything. People are going to be mad, like, I put all this time into getting all these legendary shards. You're not going to give me anything. That's trash. And I'm like, man, let's be honest. The people that got all the legendary shards got like 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, hundreds of thousands of legendary shards. What are they going to give us? Glimmer? They ain't going to give us nothing too strong. And if they do give us something too strong, the freaking markup, the exchange rate is going to be like 1,000 to 2,000 legendary shards. And even then, it's going to fill up your inventory. You guys don't want exchanges for this, because if they give us anything, we're going to have so many of them that it's just going to fill up space. It's going to take up too much space. We're going to be fine, boys. We're going to be cool. Does it feel weird? Don't care. I don't change my ship anyway, so I'm good. A strange feeling. As Destiny 2 game director Joe Blackburn mentioned, the final shape will see everyone's favorite Jovian, Xur, receive a bit of an update. We're not ready to pull back the curtain on all this quite yet, but so you know that the removal of legendary shards, Xur will be looking some alternative forms of payment for his wares. So, I'm like 75% sure. I don't think they would make a brand after they just said, hey, we're getting rid of some currencies to like basically condense the game down. I don't think they would add another currency just for Xur. So I'm like 75% sure they're just gonna make us use strange coins again. It's like a 75% bet. Like if I had to put some money down what the currency they would use, it's either Glimmer, which I doubt, or Legend, or strange coins. I'm sorry. So we'll see. All right, we're gonna skip over Crota, but until we get to this part, because this is basically just saying, hey guys, here's how many people who got through Crota. But the important part is right here. Improving drops of essence. Essence of the Oversoul are needed to complete the Necrochasm quest and Catalyst. We heard your feedback regarding the drop rate and we're making some improvements in the new update. I'm not reading all those numbers, that arrives on September 19th. For starters, your first full clear of Crota at Crota's end at each week will now provide 2 guaranteed Essence of the Oversoul, the guaranteed weekly drop from defeating Crota, and an additional drop for beating each encounter in order from start to finish. Then, every time you do a full clear, you can still earn an additional guaranteed Essence of Oversoul, so there's now a way to farm them. We're also trying to increasing the drop rate of random Essence of Oversoul for repeated clears or each encounter, so you can earn them even more per try. I'm gonna read before I get my thoughts. Finally, we're adding a chance to strike it lucky and earn all the essence necessary to complete both the Necrochasm quest and the Catalyst when taking down Crota during a full run. Just like getting the exotic drop in previous raids, you can now get the whole deal in Fortune Smiles. Okay, so basically, they're basically making it so, hey, since this weapon is still a quest drop, we're going to give you a chance to basically complete the entire quest from randomly defeating Crota, and I'm sure this is going to be pretty much the same drop chance as the exotic dropping randomly in another raids. So Good idea, good job, Bungie. But I'm pretty sure here, yeah, if I read this correctly, when taking down Crota during a full run. So I'm assuming this means you have to do this from Abyss to Crota. There's no, hey, I'm just gonna farm Crota until this thing drops for me. I'm assuming that's not what it means. Because if it does, that's what everyone's gonna do. I mean, it's either farm Crota or do a whole full run. It's probably gonna be like, hey, I want this armor. This is like, hey, I'm trying to get through the raid and slowly collect my armor. If I do my 3 weeks and I don't get it, I'm gonna go farm Iriyud. And if you do get it, great. If you don't, farm Iriyud. So I'm assuming Iriyud is still the best way to farm because Crota's easy too, but I think Iriyud's better to farm in my opinion. I don't know, I haven't farmed, I'm just guessing. Moving forward. Okay, a new challenge approaches. Now that your victory over the High Prince is totally clear, we are not challenge yourselves one more time. The first Crota's End weekly challenge will be available along with master difficulty starting September 19th. That's next Tuesday after reset. And this whole thing, I'm assuming, is basically saying like, hey guys, high stat armor and weapons that can be crafted and have enhanced mods, enhanced perks. I'm sorry. So we already know this. Long story short, master mode and challenges are coming September 19th. All right, great. Now let's look into some more juice. New updates coming in season 22 and season 23 to PvP. This is the first time we're hearing from the PvP strike team. Let's see what they got to say. Hello from the Destiny 2 systems team. The PvP strike team is collaborating with several other teams already working on PvP, and we're happy to start sharing some details regarding the changes players can look forward to from these groups. Some of these changes have been in the works for some time, and others have been hot off the presses. We really appreciate everyone sharing their feedback last week. We've gathered it all up and to help inform the work that we do in the future. Okay. Antaeus Wars was heavily mentioned, so we decided to expedite a change we had planned for next season. We'll address this hot topic later in season 22, but that is all not fudge. That is not all we had planned. Jesus Christ, Dante. All right. This is just a tribute. As teased previously, we've been working on a new Ironbanner mode that will go live in season 23. Tribute is a supremacy-based game mode where players will be able to deposit crests at a tribute station to earn points for their team. Banking many crests at one time can trigger a hunt phase, which activates a special blue tribute station that increases the value of all crests deposited for 1 minute of gloriously chaotic gameplay. Take care, as the other Guardians won't be the only things guarding these high value target stations. Kaido will be watching Guardians, so let's show her what they want to made of. Additionally, we're bringing back a Dreaming City map, Citadel, as part of our ongoing spawn of quality efforts. A number of maps as also had our additional spawn locations tuned in season 23, including Altar of Flames, Cauldron, Anomaly, Dead Cliffs. Lastly, we're also adding Strand-related Crucible medals in season 23. Great changes. I'm assuming since they're saying Kaido will be watching, there will be turrets guarding the stations. And I am also little conflicted here because they said one will pop up. Usually when you get a hunt phase, that's for that specific team only, if I'm remembering correctly. So you're telling me if I get a hunt phase, the enemy team, if my team triggers a hunt phase, the enemy team can basically like, hey, appreciate you doing all this work. Now we're gonna catch up now. I don't know, who knows? Moving forward, like I said, great. Happy Citadel is back and some spawn changes, great. Strand-related medals, 2. Long live the sandbox. Let's talk about these exotic changes. I see Antaeus Wars. I see Young Ahamkara Spine. I already saw the debate on Young Ahamkara Spine. We'll get to it when we get to it. Antaeus Wars. These will now require a full class ability energy to reflect incoming damage. Reflecting damage will deplete your class ability energy. The goal is to reduce the uptime of this exotic effectiveness and also make it more difficult to stack with Juggernaut Shield. Smart. Young Ahamkara Spine. We're reducing its impact on grenade uptime by making it grant energy on final blows instead of damage. This is going to kill that freaking Nade Slinger build, the other version of the Nade Slinger build besides Caliban's Hand, the one with Young, because you can usually Young Akara Spine was specifically with trip mines, and Caliban's hand is usually in between incendiary grenades and fusion grenades. So they're both good, but Caliban hand is clearly on top now because Young Akara Spine is just not good anymore, because they nerfed it specifically because of PvP, and now it is completely ruined in PvE. Sucks. Alright, submachine guns. We're globally increasing the recoil on SMGs to make it more of a costly trade-off to spec into range over stability. Smart. Sniper rifles will be implementing a sniper rifle body shot nerf in the Crucible, details to come soon. Sniper rifles are getting a full damage buff in PvE, so this will be offset by that. We getting a sniper rifle PvE buff. Will whispered breathing Whisper of the Worm finally be meta besides on Oryx? I've been waiting for this moment. My Thoughtless has been sitting in my vault waiting for this moment. Please. These are all coming in season 23, by the way. Fusion rifles. We will decrease the kickstart damage bonus. Damage will also fall off harder at longer ranges. Airborne effectiveness. We will be increasing the airborne accuracy of sniper rifles and slug shotguns to be equivalent to pre-AE Icarus at their base value. All right. Peregrine Greaves. Oh man. These now only grant bonus shoulder charge damage after being airborne for a short time. The goal is to change this to ensure Peregrine Greaves users are visibly airborne to their other opponents in order to benefit from the exotic effect. PvE, these will now provide a significantly more bonus damage and refund your melee charge when used against champions, tormentors, or mini bosses. Great. I don't know who in their right mind was asking for a Peregrine Greaves nerfs. Like, it's pretty obvious. If you get one shot by a shoulder charge, he's running Greaves. I mean, I guess so. It's a little bit more like you'll be able to understand that's happening before it happens. But that kind of screws everybody. Like, the main people was using it for was to counter like wells and bubbles, which still has nothing to say about in this article if I'm seeing correctly. Anyway, let's move. Syntheseps. We're removing the extra lunge range. That kind of sucks in PvE. PvP, I understand though. To compensate, we're adding improved weapon handling and reload speed when you're surrounded. We're also walking back some of the nerfs to glaive melee damage as well. Some, not all, pain. Plus more exotic armor updates coming in season 23. We really appreciate all your recent PvP feedback and we encourage you to keep writing it. The team has been reviewing your input diligently. Our work is just getting started. Please look forward to more exciting changes coming your way soon. Okay. So, Checkmate's coming. We already knew about this. Glad about it. Can't wait to play it. Relic has been really fun. Haven't played it that much, but a little bit I did play it was fun. It still seems it's more about killing people with like, it's really devolved than just regular game mode, and you get relics eventually. So other than that, it's pretty fun though. So let's get acquainted with Checkmate. With this modifier, players have a small bump in health, which adjusts the time to kill. This is largely to give players a little more time when dueling to make an extra decision to. Because of this, Checkmate has been tuned for this more strategic gameplay. Okay. And whatever necessary, certain weapons have been adjusted to maintain the iconic Destiny 2 action game feel. To further increase the importance of your decision making, we've reduced the passive regeneration time for grenades, melee, and class abilities by 50% and reduced the passive regeneration rate for supers by 40%. The biggest change in Checkmate, however, is that you do not spawn with special ammo. Instead, you earn it by generating points from kills, assists, deaths, and zone captures and gathering heavy ammo. You won't lose points accumulated on death. You won't lose points you accumulated on death, and special ammo you earn persists through lives and rounds. Additionally, you do not drop special ammo on death. Okay. I'm sure they're probably testing this to see if it's worth bringing to the live game. Please don't. Please. The goal with Checkmate is to provide a game mode that encourages and rewards solid decision making on gunplay skills, and while still being the Destiny 2 you know today. Our internal playtests have been very positive, and we're excited for players to finally get a chance to play it. We can't wait for you to We can't wait to join you all in Checkmate on September 19th, and as always, we're listening and monitoring your feedback. And finally, don't worry, Relic fans will have another chance with the Aegis Shield, the Scythe, and the Synaptic Spear during the last 4 weeks of Season of the Witch. Alright, let's get to it. More trials information. Last Thursday, Destiny 2 update 7.2.0.3 brought a change that we feel is worth reminding you all of now. The Trials of Osiris is coming back. Starting tomorrow, every match you win has a high chance of dropping one of the weapons currently available in the loot pool. That would be the non-regular, non-adept version of those weapons. Here's the list of dropping as a reminder. So, starting tomorrow, any win, it doesn't say anything about 7 wins, 7 win cards. So, yeah. Starting tomorrow, every match you win has a high chance of dropping weapons currently available in the loot pool. These will not be adept. They will be regular ones, and they will be Igneous Hammer, Astral Horizon, Counterfact GL3, Messenger, Unexpected Resurgence, and the Immortal. During this week in Trials of Osiris, Igneous Hammer will be the adept reward for those capable enough to reach a higher house. The Lighthouse, Iggy has some new fancy perks like Incandescent for searching enemies that keep away, and Fragile Focus for those looking to make a stat monster an even scarier one. As scary as someone throwing 4 javelins at your face, some would say. I don't even understand the reference. Anywho, this is great. Long story short, they're rewarding people from playing Trials. I'm happy that's happening. Great. They're basically saying Igneous Hammer is the flawless weapon on Friday. I'm gonna actually play some Trials this weekend. Hopefully it's a good map, because I do want Igneous Hammer. So we shall see. And I think that's pretty much it. Everything else is movie of the week. So yeah, appreciate you being here. Thank you so much, my guys. Jeez, that is an amazing Cyberpunk cosplay. Hope you have a good one, and stay safe. And remember, stay spooky. Love you guys. Peace.